Consider the facts of what we achieved and judge for yourself the difference between where we were 2 years ago and where we are now and where we can be in the future. Without this agreement, Iran's so-called breakout time was about 2 months. With this agreement, it will increase by a factor of 6 to at least a year, and it will remain at that level for a decade or more. Without this agreement, Iran could double the number of its operating centrifuges almost overnight and continue expanding with ever more efficient designs. With this agreement, Iran's centrifuges will be reduced by 2/3 for 10 years. Without this agreement, Iran could continue expanding its stockpile of enriched uranium, which is now more than 12,000 kilograms, enough, if further enriched, for multiple bombs. With this agreement, that stockpile will shrink and shrink some more, a reduction of some 98% to no more than 300 kilograms for 15 years. Without this agreement, Iran's heavy water reactor at Arak would soon be able to produce enough weapons-grade plutonium each year to fuel 1 or 2 nuclear weapons. With this agreement, the core of that reactor will be removed and filled with concrete, and Iran will never be permitted to produce any weapons-grade plutonium. Without this agreement, the IAEA would not have assured access to undeclared locations in Iran where suspicious activities might be taking place. The agency could seek access, but if Iran objected, there would be no sure method for resolving a dispute in a finite period, which is exactly what has led us to where we are today. That's standoff. With this agreement, the IAEA can go wherever the evidence leads. No facility, declared or undeclared, will be off limits, and there is a time certain for assuring access. There is no other country to which such a requirement applies. This arrangement is both unprecedented and unique. In addition, the IAEA will have more inspectors working in Iran using modern technologies such as real-time enrichment monitoring, high-tech electronic seals, and cameras that are always watching 24/7, 365. Further, Iran has agreed never to pursue key technologies that would be necessary to develop a nuclear explosive device. So the agreement deals not only with the production of fissile material, but also with the critical issue of weaponization. Because of all of these limitations and guarantees, we can sum up by saying that without this agreement, the Iranians would have several potential pathways to a bomb. With it, they won't have any. Iran's plutonium pathway will be blocked because it won't have a reactor producing plutonium for a weapon, and it won't build any new heavy water reactors or engage in reprocessing for at least 15 years, and after that, we have the ability to watch and know precisely what they're doing. The uranium pathway will be blocked because of the deep reductions in Iran's uranium enrichment capacity, and because for 15 years the country will not enrich uranium to a level higher than 3.67%. Let me be clear. No one can build a bomb from a stockpile of 300 kilograms of uranium enriched only to 3.67%. It is just not possible. Finally, Iran's covert pathway to a bomb will also be blocked. Under our plan, there will be 24/7 monitoring of Iran's key nuclear facilities. As soon as we start the implementation, inspectors will be able to track Iran's uranium as it is mined, then milled, then turned into yellowcake, then into gas, and eventually into waste. This means that for a quarter of a century, at least, every activity throughout the nuclear fuel chain will receive added scrutiny. And for 20 years, the IAEA will be monitoring the production of key centrifuge components in Iran in order to assure that none are diverted to a covert program.